Hey you guys, I'm Hunter Phoenix. I'm the creator of myactorguide.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about the key things you need to know before submitting yourself on the online casting sites. So you're a new actor. Maybe you've done a little bit of training, maybe you've even got some headshots, and you found some of the online casting sites. Maybe you've even started submitting, but you're not getting called in for auditions, or you do audition and you never hear anything back. What's going on? Well, today I'm going to give you some tips to help you get called in for more auditions, to help you really look like a pro and maybe even book the job. So the first thing you need before you start submitting for auditions is you need to have your pitch package in place. Now your pitch package is also your online profile. This can serve as your pitch package, and you want it just about as close to perfect as you can get it. Keep in mind, casting is getting a lot of submissions for every single role, so you really want to stand out. So what goes into a pitch package? Well, this is your headshot, your resume, and your demo reel. So let me help you out with this and break it down. So the first thing you need is a professional actor's headshot. Actors' headshots are industry standard shots, 8x10, although we're not really printing them out very much anymore. But they're going to be specific to your character and to the market you work in. And yes, you do need professional photos. Just because your friend has a really good camera isn't going to cut it. Again, you want your materials to be professional, to say that you're a professional so that you stand out to casting directors. The second thing you need is your resume. Now, I get it, when you're just starting out, you're probably thinking, yeah, but I haven't done anything, so what do I put on my resume? Well, you still need a professional looking actor's resume, something again that is formatted to industry standards. This is going to include your stats, your height, weight, hair color, and eye color. It's also going to have your name, your contact information, training you've done, and special skills. And if you've done any kind of theater, maybe some short films, this is going to go on your resume as well. If you're not really sure what to put on your resume, check below this video someplace and I will put a link to a resume template that you can download for free. The third thing you need is some kind of demo footage. Now this can be tricky when you're starting out. It can even be tricky if there's been a lull in your career and you haven't shot anything for a while, or especially for women, God help us if you change your hair color or hairstyle and people want to see new footage. So one way to get around this is to shoot something yourself, anything yourself. This doesn't have to be professional footage. It doesn't have to look professional. Don't even try that. But just shooting yourself, doing a scene, doing a great self-tape audition or a couple of monologues, just so that casting has something to look at, so they get a sense of what you really look like, how you come across moving on camera, and really what your type is. The next thing you should know before submitting for any audition is to be really clear on your type. You're not going to get called in because, yeah, well, I can sort of almost play that. Believe me, I've tried it. I think every new actor has tried it at some point, and it simply doesn't work. Casting has got way too many choices today. They can get exactly what they want, and they will. So really know what your type is. Are you the quirky, nerdy type? Are you the sexy type, the smart, tough? Whatever your type is, make sure that you're submitting for roles that is within your type. The third thing you need is to read the instructions really, really carefully and follow them to a T. Casting is probably going to be very specific in their instructions. Sometimes they will say professional headshots only, no selfies. Other times they'll want to see a professional headshot plus a selfie. Other times they may ask for a full-length body shot. Maybe they want your social media profiles. And oftentimes this is just to help them really get a sense of who you are as a person and what you look like. They may also ask you to submit your resume. Whatever it is, be sure to read the instructions really clearly and follow them to an absolute T. Remember, casting has got a lot of choices and you want to be one of the top picks. The fourth thing is, when you're submitting your resume, do not submit it in anything else but a PDF format. PDF resumes only to preserve the formatting. Don't submit it as a Word doc, as an Excel spreadsheet, as a Google Doc. Make sure your resume is in PDF format. This way it keeps it looking exactly the way you set it up and the information never changes. The fourth thing you need is to make sure that all of your files, whatever you are submitting, has your name on it. I hear from casting all the time how frustrated they get because actors have not put their name in the file, whether it's a video they're submitting, they have not put their name on headshots or on the resume file. Make sure that every file you submit has your name in the file name. This helps casting keep everything together in one place. The fifth thing is not to hound casting. Don't Google stalk them and find out what their email is or their phone number and think, well, you're just going to call them up and give them a little nudge or send them an email reminder. Trust the casting process. These platforms are in place for a reason. Casting directors have decided to use these platforms for a reason, and trust me, they probably won't appreciate the gentle reminders. And the last thing is just to proofread everything before you send it. I've already said follow instructions to a T, make sure you've got everything in place, and just double check. Proofread your email, make sure there are no typos or spelling mistakes, and make sure you're writing in complete sentences. It's another thing I've heard casting directors say it's a pet peeve. They find it hard to take people seriously as professionals when they're not submitting in a professional manner. I hope these tips really help you to book more acting auditions, to book more acting gigs. Like it if you like it, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more acting tips.